Greetings, Oitlands. This is your pastor, Red Baxter with BibleFixit.com. I want to give you a tip on how to study the Bible. First, realize that you are not going to learn about the Bible from the preachers and the pastors in the churches. There are a few reasons for this, and I'm going to tell you what they are. First, in the 1800s, a group of priests, this is a very large group, some of their priests is a global, worldwide group of priests, sent some of their and these are anti-Bible priests. They sent them to the American and other seminaries, particularly American seminaries, and they took over these Bible schools. They changed the teachings in the schools, so anybody who wants to become a preacher is getting the wrong teachings ever since the 1800s. And anybody that's only read the Bible 5 or 10 times is not going to be knowledgeable enough to know that it's a lie that they're being taught in the seminaries unless God reveals it to you. So this is the important thing. You got to want it, the truth, and not want to agree with the people in your church or your family. If you agree with them, chances are it's not the truth. Number two, witches. Worldwide, there's a global organization of witches that's very secretive. Many people in high places, particularly in Hollywood, are in this organization, and they send their people to the Christian schools to become preachers and priests, fake preachers and priests. So the churches are full of these witches that are fake preachers and priests. Then you have the Church of Satan and other similar organizations to rise in their organization. At some levels, they require that you become a Christian priest or preacher. So you got the witches, Satanists, and you got people that were trained by these anti-Bible priests. And that's pretty much accounts for almost every church in our land. So if you can find the right interpretations of the Bible, well, there isn't a matter of interpretation, but the right meaning. Because the Bible itself says there is no interpretation. The Bible explains itself. This is a fact. You can demonstrate to yourself once you study it long enough. You can find it online, but it's so mixed up with the popular misconceptions. And if it's a popular conception, chances are it's wrong. I left out one thing, is that the same large worldwide organization of priests that took over the Bible schools in the 1800s, they also created fake Christian religions in the 1900s that are based on emotion rather than Scripture. And the purpose of that is to get people so caught up in emotion that they ignore this Scripture because they're satisfied with the experience that they're having in their churches. Because they're having the emotional experience, and they ignore the Scripture. This is the purpose of the BibleFixit.com, is to correct many of these false teachings. It's not the only website that corrects false teachings, but some of those who correct the false teachings don't have the entire story themselves, and there's certain truths you're only going to find on BibleFixit.com. So there's a link. There should be a link down in the description on this video where you can click through, or else you can just enter BibleFixit.com in your browser address field. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you will ask God to show you the real meaning of the Bible.